Our next exercise is targeting your quads. The exercise is called thigh stretch, but don't be deceived. You will also get a ton of strength. In fact, you'll probably feel more strength than you will the stretch. Let's get into position for this. So you'll come up to your kneeling position, and if this bothers your knees, I always suggest rolling a towel under your knees or something squishy. A light, thin pillow to place under the knees is also something that you can use for more cushion. If not, a floor is fine, a mat is okay as well. So your knees are about inner hip width apart, which is about 1 fist width between the knees. So once you're kneeling, the hands can be one of two spots. If you're just starting out, I would suggest placing the hands right across the chest like this, and you'll be gazing straight ahead. If you're feeling really great right now about your quad strength and are looking to amp up the level, bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Two things to think about. The shoulders need to stay broad against the side of the body. If the hands are behind the head, you need to keep the elbows wide. And I have one more thing to think about. Those upper abs need to pull in, so zero arching of the back. We want flat surface in the front of the body and the abdominals. So let's start. We'll do 5 repetitions. I'll show both hand positions, 2 of the first one, and then 3 with the hands behind the head. So I'll cross my arms in front of the chest, check in with my body alignment. So I'm tucking my tailbone slightly and pulling the front abdominals in and up. Arms are crossed. Take an inhale, lean back from the knee joint, and you'll hold. So take an inhale here, lean back, hold, and then exhale, lift right back up. Now you can hold that position back there as long as up to about 5 to 6 seconds, but know that those thighs will burn a lot. So one more time here, take an inhale, lean back, hold. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift back up. 3 more with the hands behind the head just to see the position. Hands stacked behind the head. Take an inhale, lean back. Hold it here. Exhale and lift. 2 more. Take an inhale, lean back. Exhale and lift. All right, so think about again those abs pulling in, tailbone softly tucked. One more time. Take an inhale, lean back, hold, elbows wide, abs in. Exhale and lift. Arms can relax, and then take a seat. Let's start. So we're gonna come onto the back and start. So you'll lie on your back and start with the knees bent, feet flat. Again, you want about 1 fist width between the inner thighs. That's your inner hip width apart. And the arms just long at the side. So I want you to think about a couple of things with the arms. The shoulders staying really broad, so really pinned against the floor beneath you. And then feel those abdominals really flattening also towards the floor. So the feet are really flat and anchored in, and we start by lifting the hips and back up. So the knees will track with the hips and toes at the same time, so be wary that they're not splaying out to the side. We want to work the inner thighs here for stability. Keeping the hip bones on the same plane, begin to lift the left toes just about 1 inch off of the floor. Your right leg is going to feel it in the hamstring and the glutes and the inner thigh, so just know you'll feel that burning sensation. And then set the left foot down, and then float that right foot just about 1 inch off of the floor. So again, maintaining evenness in the hips. And then set the right foot down. So we'll do 2 more each side. Left foot will lift just a little bit, and place it down. And then right foot will lift, place it down. 1 more each side. Left toes lift, set them down, and then your right toes lift. Set the toes down, just hold, again checking in with your alignment, knees hip width apart, tracking with the hips and toes, glutes are working, shoulders are broad, and then just roll your back all the way down, take a quick little break, and then we'll lift the hips up again. So lift the hips up. We find again that inner hip width apart between the knees, and then taking it to the next step, lift the left foot off of the floor and then extend the left leg to a diagonal. The right leg will work a lot more now that your leg is extended farther away from the core. The leg will do one thing. It will move just a little bit to the side, back into the midline, and then a little bit to the side, back into the midline, and just one more time to the side, back to your midline, then bend the knee and place the foot on the floor. So keeping the hips even, changing the sides, lifting the right foot up off of the floor, extending the leg, and then the leg goes side and back to the midline. Side, back to the midline, one more time, side, back to the midline, bend the knee, plant the foot on the floor, and slowly roll all the way down and rest. Moving on to the next part of our shoulder bridge exercise. Remember, you can always practice with the few exercises before to build strength. So lift your hips up off of the mat as well as your back. Same position with the knees, inner hip width apart, feet grounded, glutes are active. Arms are pressing into the mat nice and flat. So we add on with the leg kick. Starting with that left knee, let's extend it right away out to the diagonal at the level of the right knee. Now keeping the hips stable, they are not moving. Lift the top leg, your left leg all the way towards the ceiling. Now flex the foot and lower the leg down as far as you can. That may be here. It could be halfway past the right calf, or the heel could touch the floor. Point the toes and then lift the leg up again. So flex the foot, lower the leg down, point the toes and lift the leg. Flex again as you lower, point the toes, lift. 4 more like this. So lower, lift, lower, lift. Last 2, hips are even. 1 more time, lift, and then lower the leg to the height of the right knee and just hold, and then set the foot down, roll all the way down, take a quick rest before the second set. All right, lifting up the hips and back for the second side. So we worked the left already, so let's get right away into the right leg. So extend that right leg all the way to your diagonal, remembering that you want the hips to stay even and you want your arms to stay pressing firm into the mat with the shoulders broad. The top leg, your right leg, will lift all the way up towards the ceiling. Now flex the foot and you'll lower the leg again down as far as you can. So maybe that's the height of the left knee. It could be halfway down the calf or all the way to the floor. Then point the toes, lift the leg. Flex lower, point and lift. Flex lower, point and lift. So I'm using my obliques, stabilizing here, these muscles. They're your obliques. Low abs, so right here. And then as you lower the leg, just check in that your left hip, in this case, is not falling towards the floor. So we're keeping it lifted. So 3 more here. Flex lower, point, lift. Last 2, and lift. 1 more time, lift. Now lower the leg to the height of the left knee, hold, bend the knee, plant the foot, and roll your back all the way down. And rest.